Welcome in. It is the ATB show. We are brought to you by our dear friends Joe and Leslie and the whole crew over at AAA Work Trucks, currently tolerating 3 versions of the Corey family. Is everybody still gainfully employed?
Yes.
Yeah. How did they have to raise like all the door jams to make sure that Tyler could meander through the building?
He just ducks.
It's just there is ducking in. I would love that problem. Yeah. Here at the real estate building, because most of you have met Nathan, our fearless leader. We've put in the round doors like the Shire. We all just shuffle around the hallways. Yep, it's not great. Not great. Average height 5'8". Anyway, so lots to get to. We've got 2 stuck in hair and makeup. Corey and Adam will not be here. We do have Uncle Duke's in beautiful downtown Southern Maine. You guys were just celebrated on Sports Center. They're doing 50 days in 50 states.
I saw your text about that. I didn't see what was happening. So what was that?
They're doing 50 days in 50 states, and they've got different reporters all over the country putting together little vignettes. They covered a lot of lobster, a lot of whoopie pies, and then they transitioned right out of that into a story about Cooper Flag, which of course you would. From beautiful downtown Camden, New Jersey, via Philadelphia, we do have Rubbish Shoes, although he's back from the trip. He has the accoutrement from the trip. He's in LA, the Lowell area, and I'm in beautiful downtown New Hampshire. So you sent out in the group chat, Uncle Dukes, all the bullet points that we need to discuss, and I tagged on one. I'm going to tag on one more. Like there's the combination of the NFL network getting consumed by ESPN, and I'm an ESPN fan. I know a lot of people are like, well, they crucified Brady during Deflategate. Like, I'm over that. Like, they're background music in our household. We watch it endlessly. It's always on.
You like WNBA forced down your throat?
I'm just gonna let that sit there for a second.
Everyone
got the visual. Everyone got the visual.
I didn't say anything. I'm gonna
listen.
My long drink.
If Sophie Cunningham wants to force something down my throat, I'm here for it. I will take the 4 and she can take my 3. All right. So there it is. You're welcome. I'm watching Oregon and Alaska right now on ESPN. I love August because it's Little League World Series time. There's that. And also the app is coming, and I thought it was coming later in Q4, but I appreciate the fact that it's apparently coming on the 21st of August, which would make sense. So they're all ready for college football and all that kind of stuff. In the liner notes, and Rubber Shoes wrote like it's going to be $39.99 plus taxes and fees. It's $29.99 first of all. Not that makes it any better, Rubber Shoes, but like I said, for someone like myself, I have DirecTV, so I get all my ESPNs through that. And like most of us, like however you're getting your ESPN traditionally, and then I have the ESPN app, which is bundled with Disney Plus and Hulu. So I'm at whatever I'm at. Like that's currently $11.99. And then I'm sure that price is going to go up, but I'm just going to stay in that window because I don't need the $29.99 is going to be the direct to consumer. Like I have no access to ESPN. Here's now my access to ESPN. Does that make sense?
So it does, but it's also interesting though because of the fact that they bought the NFL. So actually afterwards, so I buy the NFL Plus, right? Because once Red Zone got off of DirecTV 2 seasons ago or whatever, they offered it in the NFL Plus and the premium, right?
Yes, sir.
So I pay for that. Plus, I am a nerd and I will go back and you can get every game up into 2009, I think it is.
Are you watching? Listen, Shirley, are you watching old games?
We're not. This isn't my point. Let's move on. So my point though is like I looked it up because I was like, well, if it's going to ESPN, does that mean that I am not going to have NFL Red Zone on, based on the premium subscription that I already purchased?
I believe you will.
According to AI and the interwebs and everything like that, I will. So NFL Red Zone will still broadcast via the NFL Plus app, and you can still get it on that. That part's not changing, which I was like, all right, that's a relief at least. So that's a good thing.
The rumor is they're going to amalgamate everything, rename it at Max, then rename it HBO Max, then it will go back to ESPN Plus.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I have to admit, and listen, Rubber Shoes and I are happy to celebrate the fact that we are moving closer to 55 plus housing. I cannot imagine, God rest his soul, if my dad was still bumping around right now, he would be so confused by all this, well, wait a minute. So what is this now? And what's that? there's a lot going on. Like if you're not paying attention, if you're not dorked out and dialed in, and I think we discussed lightly last week, like there was the rumor that they were perilously close, and Danny Ainge doesn't work for ESPN. So when Connecticut says they're perilously close, it means they're getting it done. So we knew this was coming. My biggest fear, and I think a lot of us had the same concern, was that we were going to lose Hansen. And he's staying in the role, thank God. And I think that would have been a massive mistake to blow him out. I think it's going to be cool. My fear is when they start to melt stuff down. I mean, you've now got the NFL Network is going to, at some point, start to lose its identity. Like in the write-up, if you read the thing I threw in the group chat, they talk about in there, blah, 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 and the Rich Eisen show, which is actually on the Roku channel, but it's actually an NFL property. Like it's all these things that are happening. Like some of this stuff is going to start to melt away because ESPN has a lot of capital right now because they fired a lot of people over the last few years. So they're making some big moves and they're grabbing some really big entities. I just fear that some of the slick things that we really enjoy that are really robust on their own are going to start to melt into the background, and that will be a shame.
Because like I don't know what you guys do on Sunday mornings, but I'm tuned in. I don't watch ESPN for NFL, game day. Mine is NFL. I go to the NFL Network. Mm-hmm. Rich Eisen, Steve Mariucci, you know what I mean? Like those, that's where I go. I go to the NFL Network. I never watch ESPN. I stopped watching ESPN when like Tom Jackson left NFL primetime and stuff, Berman and primetime. That was like, I love that stuff. But so yeah, I'm hoping they're going to do a slow burn on this a little bit, and they're not just going to rip the Band-Aid and all of a sudden people are all over the God earth. So we'll see how it what the plan is. But the 10% equity that the NFL gets, I thought was actually really interesting.
Because I read that equity. That's so incestuous to me. That's
nuts.
Well, what's challenging, and this will be challenging for Rubber Shoes, I'm sort of Switzerland on this, is they have divorced themselves from baseball coverage, right? So ESPN's Major League Baseball contract erodes after the season, and now they have 10% equity in the NFL. And
that would be wonderful.
I would love. What? Talk to me, Rubber Shoes. Yeah, I got Sadler and Waldorf are live from the balcony. What's going on?
Can't
What's wrong?
Stand Sunday night baseball on ESPN.
It's terrible. I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not. See, but you're
they get rid of baseball.
Fan.
Great. That's less bad channels I got to watch. Like, did you guys even get to watch the Sunday game for the Red Sox?
The Roku, yeah.
I could.
Now the irony,
good thing I was planning on sitting in the pool and listening to the radio broadcast. Because at first I was trying to eat my lunch and watch the game, I couldn't get it on anything. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, all right. I just finished eating and went outside and listened to the radio broadcast. But I was like, this is like, I can only imagine like people like, your dad, my dad, my father-in-law are upstairs, although he has the Major League extra innings, so he got the game through that anyway.
My dad, on a Sunday afternoon, as soon as he wasn't able to find the game, he would have probably been pursuing like episode 8 of Vietnam, the musical. I don't know. He'd be watching something else. He wouldn't spend too much time. Now, surely, and this is ironic because Rubber Shoes, God bless you, you broke your finger putting Nana Lindsay's TV in. She's texting me. She's like, and I forget what she wrote, but she was just something to the extent, basically, like I can't find the stuff about the thing. And I'm like, well, the good news is you actually have a Roku TV. So baked into the Roku TV is the Roku app. It's there. Also, all of our TVs, no matter what they are, because the one in our bedroom now is still a TCL TV, but it's a Google. It's Google based. But you can still go into your on-air channels. And as soon as you go into your on-air channels, in there is the Roku channel. Like the Roku channel that has all the programming. And as soon as you go in there, there's so that's where we could find the game. I mean,
also, my TV didn't have that. Oh, sorry,
but I was gonna say, speaking of that game, 11:30 start totally threw me.
I think that was a Roku thing. I think they were doing
that. Is that what it was?
It was so
weird.
If I'm going to sit in the marketing boardroom for a couple minutes right now and pretend that I think I know what they were doing, I think they wanted the whole thing to be disruptive. I think they wanted the 11:30 start, and they wanted the Roku channel all to just We're talking about it. We've been talking about it for 4 minutes. I mean, that's what they're looking for, I think. And here's what smart TV should do. Here's what programming needs to do. Because most of us, I know Scotty would probably do this. You go into most of your TVs now. Certainly, I can do it through my television, and I can do it also through my DirecTV app. When I'm watching DirecTV, you go in and I can program all my favorite teams, right down to Boston College football, basketball, baseball. Like I can pick all the sports. Now, when it does that, the cool thing on my TV is it will go over and it will say, like, I just click on the Red Sox logo and it pulls me to where they're playing. I don't have to go hunting for it. And because my DirecTV is baked into my TV, along with all of my other apps, it'll just pull me into the app that they're on. Apple, ESPN Plus.
I had to, so on Xfinity, you can do all that also. So I went on my list, which the Red Sox are on my list, but it didn't give a watch option because it wasn't part of the Xfinity.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, because the Xfinity has certain apps part of, like I can watch ESPN Plus, Apple TV through my Xfinity box. It streams through those. But Roku didn't. I do have a smart-ish TV. Didn't have the Roku app.
I believe the technical term is learned.
Yeah.
You have a learned TV.
So then I went on, it does have a browser to go in, and I put in the Roku channel and it never came up. Like I'm like, what is good? I almost threw a controller through my TV.
Spoiler alert, they won.
Oh no,
which is the good news. Which is the good news. Yeah, fantastic.
But I had to listen to the whole thing. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, I think the NFL thing, I think their app coming, it could be great. My greatest fear is that we're going to lose some of the cool standalone things that are just going to be redundancies and budgetary cuts because it just doesn't make sense anymore. Yeah. And they tend to, I know this will be shocking, and I'll be sure to call out Adam and tell him after the show. They tend to skew highly liberal at my favorite sports network down in Connecticut, and they will maybe get rid of some people and replace some people so they feel like they're hitting some quotas. And I'm not saying that to start a fight with anybody. I'm just saying that because they do it. It's well documented. Sage Steele was a little too conservative for them, which doesn't make any sense. That must have been
the show sucks on it because they force feed people that should not be doing the job that they're doing.
Scotty is a long drink deep. Yes, I love it. Well, here's the thing. Box. I would have loved to have been in the meeting where they had to decide to fire an astute, just brilliant sportscaster, absolutely beautiful woman of color, Sage Steele, because of her belief systems. And that's why she's gone. And nobody down there can tell us any different. So they're just fascinating in the way in which they make decisions about. So that'll be interesting moving forward because they
Charlie, what's her last name? She used to do the UFC stuff for ESPN, and she would get on some of the shows. But she's a not far right, but she leans right. Sure. And she was fired. She now works for Fox News, or actually one of their spinoff things. She works on that one that Tommy Lauren works on.
Yeah, I hear you. Yep.
That same. I forget what it's called, but
whatever. Yeah, it's on the Roku network. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. The app thing. It's going to be interesting to see how much the general experience, like just my DirecTV experience, changes on August 21st. I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be the hard push. Like if you were watching, anybody who's been watching the Red Sox, read everybody. When you watch the Red Sox, all you see is up in the corner NESN 360. Because they're constantly reminding you that that's available. And I think what we're going to see on traditional ESPN through Xfinity, through whatever you have, DirecTV, I think there'll be a little burnt up in there'll be a little burn up in the corner that's gonna say ESPN DTC or whatever the ESPN DCC logo is to make you aware of the fact that that's now available. You know, and I don't know that there's a lot of people that want ESPN that don't have it somehow already.
So that's the thing.
It's an interesting
I'm curious
choice
to see. So I can.
Thank you, Kaylee.
Kaylee's so funny. The fact that she's tracking that. Yes.
I appreciate that.
Episode 222.
Woo.
Verifying that I can do this because I think I
Oh
can.
no. Oh boy. We're doing a blood test?
I believe so.
Am I Mike Schmidt's son?
So as long as yes. So through the Xfinity Stream app, I can get regular ESPN. I have ESPN Plus, which you can't get ESPN through the ESPN Plus.
No, you do not get live programming, correct?
But I can still get everything. I'm wondering what they're going to do. Like, are they going to make it that you can't get ESPN if you have it through your cable provider?
No. That's not what this is. This is for the person who's completely detached.
I know, but they're only going to get so many people to do it that way. And because a lot of people are like you and myself still.
Completely agree. But I have a whole bunch of people. And when I say that, I mean, like, our general agent body skews about 70 years younger than me. And most of those kids have HBO Max. They're not getting HBO through DirecTV like Grandpa Lindsay. And then they have HBO Max for free because they're already paying through it.
It's so funny. So all these people who cut the cord do it to save money, but now they're going to end up paying more than what we pay for cable.
I absolutely guarantee, and I know I've shared this story a million times. All I can remember is July 1981. Welcome to the show. And my father screaming, yelling, I can't believe I'm going to pay $30 a month for cable. And we got that little coffee colored cable box with the red letters. Yeah. And now, like, we're like, oh, I'm cutting the cord. Now between DirecTV, $181 a month, which I'm happy to pay because it keeps old people downstairs. We'll talk about that on another show. $181 a month, and then internet to make that work, another $96. Right, so we're like $280 a month, and then I haven't started adding streaming services yet.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm perilously close to probably $500 a month on entertainment in our house. I'm breathing. It's
plus your cell phone bill.
Oh God, yeah, I pay for that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got to Roman Anthony this. I got to renegotiate my contract.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Well, speaking of ESPN, which direction are we going, Scotty? You had the Christmas list. We want to make sure we hit all the targets.
Let's get away from ESPN.
Get away from ESPN.
Yeah, let's talk some Red Sox baseball to kind of kick things off. I think because they're obviously, you mentioned it to me that everyone's watching it right at this point because
they have appointment television. They're appointment television.
Baseball, man.
If you can find it.
Yes.
Oh my God, Grandpa.
I think Friday night was on Apple TV.
Yep.
Sunday was on Roku.
But you know what? Let's go back there real quick. Sorry, Scotty. Hold your Roman thought. I love it, and it's not perfect. It is off a little bit. But I love on Apple TV.
I'm glad you sent that out.
Everyone, capital V, everyone should offer this. You should be able to watch it on.
I wish I had that option last night.
It would be so dope. So, Scotty, were you part of this conversation? The Red Sox on Apple TV, when you go in and you hit like your OK button on whatever TV you're watching, it brings up the thing whether you can fast forward or pause or whatever. And then there's the little box for subtitles. Then there's a little frequency box, and you click on that, and you can choose the Apple audio, the away audio, or the Red Sox audio. We were able to listen to the Boston call of the game. Yeah. Now, was it matched perfectly?
It was Sean McDonough, which was fucking awesome.
Was it matched perfectly? No. So I did it. I did it a couple times, and it was starting to slide a little bit, and I'm like, I'm just going to go back to the Apple audio because I want to see how bad it is, and sure. Yes. It was everything you would expect it to be.
I kept it on. I didn't care that it was awful. It was like you'd hear you'd see the ball get hit and you'd hear it like a half second later.
If
But
we had
I
that
was
in the
like, it was
NFL,
close enough.
like if we had that in the NFL, like just like across the board, if you could watch the game and go in and select the audio you want,
Yeah.
that would be amazeballs, amazeballs, and it needs to link up because it was to the point where you were watching the crack of the bat, and then it was like 1,000, 1,000, then you would hear the crack of the bat. And I'm like, I gotta go. I think, but it's a cool thing that Apple's doing. I'll give them credit. Hi, Tim Cook, you look great. Lower the prices. Anyway, not a sponsor yet. Go ahead, Scotty. Roman Anthony.
That's fine. Yeah, 8 years, 130. Billy, you said you is it with incentives that can get up over 200?
They're calling them escalators. I think like if he is in the top 5 for rookie of the year, if he ends up being in the top 5 for MVP voting, stuff like that, he can make up to 230 million
Within the 8-year deal. So
Yes,
anytime
yeah.
over the next 8 years. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I mean, I don't know why
That makes me feel better. I saw the 130 for 8. I'm like, feel like you're going to be fighting in about 24 months.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't call them incentives because what everyone else in sports calls them. Baseball's got to be special. Anyway, no, it's awesome to see them lock him up early. And didn't they lock up Mayer earlier this year too? Was it Marcelo or was it Campbell? I can't remember who they locked up. One of the young kids as well.
Christian got the big deal.
Yeah.
Christian got
Campbell,
60 mil.
Yeah. Campbell, Rafaela
earlier too, and then
Abreu,
obviously last year they did Bayu last year.
Yeah,
but you think about the 6-game losing streak back at the end of June. Since then, and this was around like the Devers trade. It was a little while after the Devers trade, right? Because that was a part of the 6-game losing streak when they lost 2 in San Francisco, and they were 40-43, and now 24-9 since then. 24-9.
That's record in baseball.
Yeah, it's insane. And they're doing it by solid pitching, which I don't think anyone saw coming. Walker Buehler still, I just can't stand him. I have no use for him whatsoever. I know you were really pissed at the deadline. I was a little bummed they didn't do anything, but I was happy they didn't shake up the core because
1,000%.
if they were going to get Joe Ryan and explode the core, I don't know if I would have done that. It was just one of those things where I felt like they had something here, with Duran and stuff like that. And Duran's July was insane, and he's continuing it going, right? He was just, he's led the Red Sox, I think, in RBI and WAR and all that. So he's just having a monster run. But it's been fun to watch. Like they're fun to watch, and they look like they're having fun. Obviously, winning cures all, and right. Yeah. I mean, if they're losing, they don't look like they're having a good time. But it's been a lot of fun. This team's been a lot of fun. This reminds me of the team at the beginning of last season. You know what I mean? Where they were having fun and going into the All-Star break and all that. And then they ruined Timmy's second half of his summer. But yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I threw out a text like, oh, they're gonna go on a loser streak, this, that, but because the last 3 years, that's what's happened to them. There's one difference between the team this year and the last 3 years. And he now plays for San Francisco.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He definitely the last 3 deadlines
he pissed in the well.
Made comments and said, they don't believe in us, and then, so these guys are like, hey, we want to keep our team the way it is.
I think people need to tell Liam Hendriks to shut the fuck up. Did you hear like Liam Hendriks coming out like, I'm fine to pitch and all this? Like, no one needs to hear from you right now. Whenever we do, it's like an excuse of why you're not pitching well. It's like, oh well, this day I wasn't feeling quite right, but I'm fine to pitch, or I haven't pitched in a while. Maybe that's the reason. People are saying things about me in the state. Like, shut up. No one wants to hear it, especially from you. Like, don't pitch for the rest of the year, and I think we're okay with that at this point. Like, I don't know. The guys they did get, and I don't think we've had a chance to talk about it. At least I haven't. With you guys, obviously, with Matt's, the first time we've seen him was out of the bullpen. I think it's the only time we've seen him, just the one time, right?
He's pitched twice. Yeah.
And then May, we haven't seen at all.
He pitches tonight.
Oh, he's starting tonight?
I believe it's tonight or tomorrow night.
Oh, really? Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So we'll see how he does. He is more of a project.
It's on Yahoo TV.
Don't stop.
Yeah, he does pitch. Yeah.
Tonight's game's on Nickelodeon.
Waka.
Actually, there's a chance of that, right?
Hey,
well, then no, that's Viacom. That's CBS. Yeah, that's Viacom CBS. That would be. Yeah.
And also, don't shit on
NFL.
That's a great product, man. I love watching those slime ones, dude. Those are hilarious.
I like child. Sure.
The only thing is, so I've heard people chatter.
Always. That, I'm here for
that
it.
The whole Joe Ryan thing, they waited till way too late just so they could say, "Oh, we were trying to get him."
Yeah, what had happened was
the Ainge thing, and where I don't think they needed to get rid of anyone off the major league roster. Every trade, I can't confirm this I didn't go through and check myself, but
he's admitted to not doing research. All right.
I've heard people say that not one. So people received players from major league rosters, but they never gave up players on major league rosters. They were all prospects from the minor leagues.
Yep.
Like they were saying not one. It wasn't, players that are in the major leagues right now for someone. It was, so I think they really, if they had tried harder and got on board earlier, because the Twins got rid of they got rid of 9 of their rostered players on the trade deadline. So they could have got Joe Ryan if they put a little effort into it earlier. Not wait till the 15 minutes before the deadline.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah, I wanted addition without subtraction, so I'm glad that nobody moved. My concern is I can hear myself or us having this collective conversation at the end of the year, and not to be negative, just because. And I need, first of all, this bubble needs to pop soon. Like, let's get 12, 13, 14 wins, and let's pop the bubble and reset, because I don't want this big, long bubble to get bigger and bigger and pop at an inopportune time. You all know what I'm talking about. It's never great to lose the last game of the season. That's what I mean. So let's get some wins. Let's build a lead. Let's own let's own the wild card and start chipping away at the division. Yes. And my biggest fear is they're going to get to a moment and we're going to hear people saying, well, they're a young team and the spotlight was too bright. Like that's my only concern about this team is, do they really have, because right now, like, they are gamers and they're finding ways to win. The other night was interesting when Kansas City started to creep back in, and they're like, nope, and you got the throw out from left field that was amazing. I mean, right field, I apologize.
They immediately sent that dude down the very next day. So
yeah, and the third base coach. So yeah, just like, I love all that. I feel like we're going to be having a conversation about, the spotlight was too bright. Like, the moment was too big for them. And I hope they're in everything they're doing right now. I know they're building chemistry, but I hope they're also building growth. Like, so they get to be the team that's just mature enough to handle the spotlight when it comes.
Is that I think, they make it to the playoffs, they lose in the first round because they don't have enough to compete with the. Although I think the way they match up right now in the first round, they can beat those teams.
They just beat them. I mean,
but I feel like the next level, they needed to add pieces to be able to compete with the next level players, teams, I believe.
I don't know. I'm
looking like you. Speaking of the Red Sox,
go ahead, Scotty.
So,
go ahead. Yep, it's fine.
Are you concerned that their record at home is really, really good for some reason?
What?
Man, you guys don't listen to any talk radio at all, right?
Nope.
So
I know. I do on the way in, dude. But I'm here all day. Like, I'm not listening to rock radio during the day. I'm yelling at people.
I'm in meetings all day, and getting yelled at. I know that you're referring to, like, the fact that there are more away fans than home fans at these games.
No. So did you see the little dust up against the Astros over the weekend?
I did see that. Are we being accused of something?
Yes, we are. By Terry Francona, by the Houston Astros, by the Tampa Bay Rays.
Of what?
Stealing
They're-
signs,
but the
tipping pitches.
right.
Everyone steals
So-
signs. Watch John Boy. It's
But
called YouTube.
There, so my worry is that okay, it's one thing. There's no signs to steal.
Not a sponsor.
They don't put down fingers anymore to call the pitchers.
Yeah, it's all pitch. It's all.
No, they're looking at the pitcher in his hand and his glove and looking at what he has, like if he has if it's gonna be a splitter, if it's gonna be a fastball, whatever, and every team's doing it. And John Boy Media, for example, should be a partner, not a sponsor, but a partner. He's done 8 or 9 videos on this. Every team in baseball is doing this, where the guy on second base kind of peeks in,
watching. Yeah,
and I think who was it? It was either somebody was like it was someone like Machado or somebody it was someone from San Diego, and they were like peeking, literally leaning and like peeking in at watching like his hand, and then kind of going out and then like either like flapping his hand or doing something, making a motion and saying like curveball or fastball or whatever it was. Everyone does it. There's nothing against it. It's not illegal.
Well, there's nothing against the player doing it, but if you have a camera zoomed in on the pitcher's glove and you're looking at
But how are they relaying that to the batter?
By the third baseman standing, the third base coach standing in a certain position.
And how does he get the information from the cameraman?
from the dugout.
From the dugout.
Jesus Christmas.
I think that's, I don't know. All right.
There's a lot. Terry Francona, he said, well, their coach over there is
Glovegate.
really
Can I
good
name
at
it? Glovegate.
Mm. He's like
I don't know.
their coach over there is really good at it because
Yeah,
he's
I
been
mean,
he's been
obviously,
suspended for it.
Cora's going to have that over his career. He's going to have that hanging over his career forever, right? I mean, it's just, it's what it is. He got suspended for it. And, the whole, I mean, I don't know. I don't think.
So
we'll see.
They're 2-4 on the road.
Smoking gun there.
Since the All-Star break, they're 2-4 on the road. They're 3, 6, 7, 8, 8-1 at home
All right.
against.
No, that's not,
and
that's
these
not
have
right.
been good. These have been good teams. Well, so they lost one against the Dodgers.
They've
They
won
swept
4. They've won 4 road
Astros.
games. They've won. So hold on, I got the schedule right here. So they lost 2 out of 3 to Chicago in Chicago, right? They lost 2 out of 3 to Philadelphia in Philadelphia. They took 2 out of 3 against Minnesota. And I'm drinking, so I don't know. Whoever wants to do the math, can give me whatever that was.
That's 4 and.
So they took 2 out of 3,
9.
4 and 9,
9.
or 4 and no, that's way too. No, they played 9 games. They're 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
4 and 5. So they're 4 and 5. I'm sorry, that's not a smoking gun. There's no grassy knoll there.
One loss at home.
Back into the left.
So what? I don't.
And
I
they
don't
had
know,
a
man.
10-game winning streak.
I feel like this is a downtime in sports, and people like sports radio.
I'm just
guys,
saying what's being talked about out there. I'm not.
I don't know. All right,
I
no,
hear
that's
ya.
fine.
I listen.
Well, it sounds like you believe it. I don't
Billy's
think it's
trying to
like-
knock
I feel
down the
like
house
you're-
of cards before the house of cards
I
gets knocked
know.
down. He's trying to protect himself. I
That's what
appreciate
the
that.
like radio guys do. They want to knock it down so they can say that they're right. And then when it was all going to be,
They were
shitty
right
and
about Belichick
in what way?
that he was recording signs on the sideline illegally.
No one was talking about that before the game. Before that in 2007. That's why it was such a big story.
Well, when they got accused of it, everyone started, and that's what Cora's getting accused of.
That's talk radio. When he got accused,
I'm
they talked
just
about it
saying,
on sports
hey,
radio.
They were right about it against Belichick.
That's no, you can't keep saying that. That doesn't. It's not how that works. Anyway, whatever.
I'm gonna have April
Moving
change the
on.
logo. It's gonna be rubber shoes in his rocking chair on his porch with his lemonade.
Cane.
Yes, with the cane, yelling,
on
get
a
off
strawberry, floating in the
yeah.
pool.
Yelling, get off my batting circle. Oh my
Jesus.
goodness.
I will say though, with the Patriots, if we're done with Belichick and stuff, even though he's in North Carolina, but
Yes.
the Patriots' first trip to training camp with the boys was a lot of fun, dude. So hot. It was
you
toasty.
got cooked, kid.
And honestly, since we left training camp, it has been like the perfect weather.
Been fine. Yeah.
Those 3 days, it was like
74, mix of sun and clouds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. I'm like, this is ridiculous, but a lot of fun. Billy, we took your advice about getting there early and stuff, and we got some good spots. I think I sent you guys the video of the boys running on the field.
You guys sit on the hill? Did you sit on the hill?
We tried that
stands?
Second day.
Yeah.
We sat on the stands the first day, and then second day we did the hill for a little while, but we were just dying on the hill. It was way hotter there than it was in the stands for whatever reason. So we moved back to the stands, and then the third day we were in the stands and got to chat with a couple of players. Nobody massive, but Mac Hollins, super nice. Talked to
Did he have shoes
Ben
on?
Brown. Yeah, nope.
Have you caught his videos?
When he was signing, he would do no shoes.
Did you cut the videos on TikTok? The Hollins hacks?
No.
He's got all these Hollins hacks. He's like, it just starts and he's sort of like out on his back veranda and he's like swatting at flies. He goes, oh, hey, what's up? Mac here. He goes, time for another Hollins hack. He's like, you get a lot of mosquitoes, and he does this whole thing with a potting plant and like lemon zest and an eye of newt. And he's like, and then you put this over in your yard, and when they lay their eggs, they won't hatch. See you next time. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. If we get a whole him barefoot, giving me, telling me how to, like, I don't know. I've seen 3 of them now. 3 of them now.
Every practice, he'd walk the line and just sign forever. He was awesome. He was super nice. Took pictures with everyone.
He's going to be Kevin Millar. He's the locker room guy.
Oh yeah.
He's the juju.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
He was awesome. It was Del Pettis was super nice. Got a chance to chat with him a little bit. Talked to Mike Reese for a little while from Billy's favorite station.
Yes.
That was awesome.
No,
he came over. Yeah, I kind of like, I was like, Mike, he was, they do like this on-field thing before the practice starts with the public address announcer for the Patriots. And he interviews like Evan Lazard and, whoever. Mike Reese happened to be there. I think it was the third day we were down there. And I was like, oh, big fan. And he came like over, like crossed the rope and walked up to where Nathan, Logan, and I were and talked to us for like 5-10 minutes and was just the nicest guy. Short.
Awesome.
He really short.
He's tiny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He was on, so he goes on the Sports Hub. He was on with Toucher and Rich last week. He was on with Beetle and Zoe today, and he goes to a shit ton of concerts. He did a montage, like he did a little game with them last week about if they could guess what show that he went to. Like since this year before training camp, he went to like 12 different shows, and most of them are like old 80s rock bands, but he did go to I think he's going to Dua Lipa. That's
Easy.
coming up.
Dua Lipa. Yes.
So when he was on today,
dude?
he said,
I will lay traffic for her.
Last night he went to a concert to see Foreigner, and he's like, the guy freaking goes and they're to all these like a lot of different venues, like the one last night was in like Somerville or something like that.
I wouldn't picture him to be a concert head. That's actually sort of funny.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I need to hang out with Mike Reese.
Who was the person you guys talked to, Scotty, that you think like that blew you away, like you weren't expecting? It might have been Michael Reese. Like, who was the person you talked to? You're like, shit, that dude was like super genuine. That was crazy.
I'll say that it's actually funny that the person that my son Nathan was more excited about, the 2 people. So there's these 2 guys. It's Chris and Matthias, and I'm blanking on their last names. They work for the Patriots, and they are content guys. And they do a Madden every week. They do a sim, like a live sim, 3-minute quarters of playing Madden of the game that's coming up, and they commentate on it and stuff like that. Nathan and I started watching them last year, and they first started doing it. that's, I would say, was one of the best interactions because Nathan recognized Chris, and he's a big dude. He actually looked like he was an offensive lineman. The guy's massive, and he's like, Dad, that's Chris from the thing. And so I yelled over, and I was like, "Hey, man, big fans! Are you doing the thing?" They were probably more excited that we recognized him and Matisse than It was just they were super excited to chat with us, and it was awesome. That part was so cool. We got a picture with Nathan. Got a picture with him, and Nathan still beaming about that because it was his thing, and he was so happy. They were super nice. I'll say
Madden drops next Thursday, right?
It drops tomorrow. But if you got the deluxe edition, it's 8/7.
Oh,
yeah, buddy. We got the countdown going downstairs right now on PS.
I thought it was the 11th. It's the 7th.
It's tomorrow.
Oh my God! All right, let's wrap this show up. I gotta go home and stretch. All right, go ahead.
I gotta go home and stretch. Exactly. And so I didn't get a chance to interact with him, but I will say this: I had a picture of what Mike Vrabel was going to be like as a coach in my head. He was exactly that. Like giving players shit, but like in fun kind of way.
Yes.
Coaching players up, being physical, having like good talks with them, really getting into like, the nitty gritty, not caring like who's around, not caring who he cusses out. Like
sure.
All of it. It was just to watch him interact with the players was amazing. I saw him and Jaheim Bell, 88, the tight end, second-year tight end, have a good 8-minute conversation, basically from like me to my like dining room, which is like right here, 4 feet away, and I could hear everything and about the way that the technique and just the conversation that they were having, and you could see Bell just the wheels are turning and he's listening and he's buying in and stuff. It was phenomenal. It was really, really cool to watch. And then you could also see that like McDaniels and the other coaches, they have things, moving. And it was, I didn't see obviously last year, but I could only imagine. I feel like last year was probably more of a shit show where everything was just chaos.
I think I keep forgetting we have Josh back. He's going to unlock Drake May.
Yeah.
I think
if he could keep him alive.
Yes, from the offensive line. Yeah, everyone's freak. I know Andy Hart went on a tangent about like, oh, is this offensive line worse than last year? No, it's not going to be worse than last year. I don't think it's going to be worse. It's on paper definitely not worse than last year. I can tell you that.
I like what you said about Vrabel, where like he was everything you expected, and there's two versions of a player's coach. There's the player's coach that is, and God bless him because he should have never had the keys to the car, but he gave him the keys. You had Gerard Mayo, who probably tried to be their friend, right? And just lost the clubhouse because he never got the clubhouse. And another person, not the same person, and I think there's talent there, but I think he's losing the clubhouse as well. Another person who's probably trying to be the player's coach is Mike McDaniel down in Miami, and I think that's melting away. And I'm not going to say Vrabel. I'm going to put them in the same category, and I obviously love our version better. I love that Vrabel is bringing the Dan Campbell energy. Like, I will get down and prove positive. We'll talk about the article that you guys put in the group chat. Like, he was on the bottom of the pile today.
Yeah.
In a dust up at practice. Like he'll be like, okay, next man up. I'm hurt, coach. Give me your fucking helmet. Next man up. Like, he'll go out. Like, he'll drill with them. He'll punch them in the face, and he'll be cool with them. But he also brings the swagger of, shut the F up. You came here to win. Listen to me. Go do your job. And he's also the person that still has the touch to that legacy. Like, we can erase all of the, like, this is Belichick's house. Not that he didn't help build it, but like, he's got that legacy piece, but this is very much his team, where I think Gerard was still grasping at straws of a little bit of Belichick and a little bit of this and all that stuff. And it was just such a mess. I think the energy he brings, Janina loves it. She always seems to have pictures when stuff happens. And when Vrabel's kid was at BC, of course, he was going to the games, and we ran into him on the sidewalk outside of the Flutie statue, and the boys have a picture with Vrabel. He's a friggin' monster. And I just love all of that. Like, he's just the energy that he's going to bring. And I think Billy's got a great point. We got to keep Drake alive, but I think the mindset and the speed and the craftiness of McDaniel will be fun to watch because it's just a proven offense, and he knows how to do this because he's done it with the best. You know, I mean, he benefited from being able to be the OC for the GOAT, and if on his worst day, he's going to be better than Alex Van Pelt was on his best day.
He also, I mean, he led Matt Castle to be like a $60 million quarterback over Kansas City.
Hey, and Matt Castle's family says thank you to this day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Mac Jones was what 10-6.
Went to the playoffs.
Yep.
Went to
it's pretty
exciting. It was a lot of fun. I definitely recommend
Coach Tebow to a playoff.
He did.
Absolutely, he did out in Denver. God Almighty. Yeah, he beat Brett Belichick when he was in Denver. Remember that?
He did.
He beat Belichick.
But that wasn't a. Then
wasn't
they
great.
Collapsed. They collapsed after that.
It wasn't great.
They went downhill.
So what was the dust up with Vrabel? Do you guys know exactly what? I didn't spend a lot of time.
Two players started fighting, and he got in the middle of it.
Oh, okay.
And then apparently, like today, like anytime something would happen, everybody from the Washington Commanders sideline would just rush in.
That was my next question. We're doing mixed practices right now. Okay.
Yeah. Because tomorrow is their preseason game, so everyone would just like rush in, and it would just get out of control. So,
how afraid are we of the statue? Are you afraid the statue is going to be terrible? I'm borderline. I'm borderline horrified. It's going to be terrible.
If it looks like the Dwayne Wade statue or like Carmelo Anthony or something like that, I'm like,
I'm just afraid because remember the episode of Seinfeld where Jerry was dating that girl that looked great in certain lighting?
Oh yeah.
I feel like those are the versions of Brady we get. Yeah. Sometimes you get Brady and he looks like just after he got his money. And he clearly had a little bit of work done. And then you had most recent Brady who got really dialed up and he looks plastic in some pictures and too pulled together. Like I'm just hoping they took a good mix of artistic license and made it look like
I hope it's the long hair version.
I hope it's not. It's gonna look terrible.
What if it's a bust of him crying, talking about not getting drafted?
Oh my God.
Or him at the combine in his boxer shorts.
Maybe it will be him saying "we won" to Bledsoe.
Oh my God! I don't know. I'm sufficiently horrified.
I'm concerned it's going to be like him doing the "Let's Go" when he ran out of the tunnel. And they're going to try to get him unless it's like a helmet, maybe, which he actually never really, I don't think he ever really wore a helmet. Some I guess he did, but like his face is going to look weird, man. If he's they're trying to get him like that, I'm terrified to see
there's 99% of me says it's going to be terrible, which is going to be amazing.
Yeah,
it's actually going to be amazing. Because some of the statues these days, who got the? I was going to say Derrick Rose. It wasn't Derrick Rose. It was the answer. Didn't Iverson get like a little statue?
Yeah.
Didn't he get a mini statue? Like what were they doing?
Yeah, it was.
What are people doing?
It was so bad, especially like Philadelphia. Really, you don't have that many people to celebrate. Come on.
Well, Philadelphia. While we're picking on people and shoving the blade between the 6th and 7th rib, Philadelphia. Talk about rushing to a statue. You have, based on a movie, doesn't matter. It's iconic. The Rocky statue, Rubber Shoes ran up to a couple weeks ago. That is iconic. The fact, and yes, disgruntled Patriots fan. After they pulled Philly, and they pulled that playoff, they put a statue of. Oh, that's right. Both of these people are gone now. Help me, quarterback coach.
Nick Foles and
Foles,
Doug Peterson,
and Doug Peterson. They had a statue of them calling Philly. That's at the link. I don't know where it is, but it's at the link.
Oh, I should have walked around and looked for it.
That's at the link. And we were just there last year. Janina and Cameron did a lap. I'm sure she has a picture of it. But that was like, that's a fucking rush. That's a big play, sure. I'm sure to a Philly fan. I'm sure if you're from Camden, New Jersey, because they don't actually have fans in Philadelphia. If you're from Camden, New Jersey, that's probably your immaculate reception. And I get that ish. But like they rushed into that statue. That was a quick one. That was a quick one. And Foles calls the play. Like Doug Peterson, if you go back to that video, he's like, "Oh yeah, sure." Like he's
yeah.
It's like, what do you want for dessert? Tiramisu or the cheesecake? Whatever. Yeah, he's like basically not even part of that decision. But anyway.
But it is fun. I brought this up as well, since we're still on like football right now. This is the best season right now. Like this is the best time of the year. Like as August starts to like wind down. I know we're not even there.
It's Little League World Series. All of it.
It is.
All of it.
It's like it's for me though, with the fantasy football drafts, which I have many. I just joined a new league this year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're fine. It wasn't that expensive. It's fine. Anyway, so joined another league this year. So fantasy football coming up. And then obviously Madden getting released and
Ryder
just
Cup,
knowing that finally football is coming back. Is this, and I asked my son Nathan this, by the way, and I think you'd be surprised, maybe not, at his response. I said, is this time of the year, this like season where football is coming back and the anticipation, is it better than Christmas season, right? Like December where you know Christmas is coming and you get that anticipation and that feeling. Is it better than that? What do you think? What do you think he said?
No.
No, he said yes.
He said this season's better than Christmas.
This type of season is better than Christmas right now. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
This is his thing. This is like his best time of the year. Yeah. Because Madden comes out. We got fantasy football. We got football coming and all that. Yeah.
Well, I would agree because getting too close to Christmas, you're almost wrapped up. Like I love this part of the year because I just love fall. Fall golf is unconquered. You know, we have leaf blowers now, so fall golf is unconquered. And then beyond that, you've got, baseball playoffs, football's in the mix. We're all college football fans. Like that's just Saturdays and Sundays are just amaze balls. And then you start leading into the holidays. And I stopped at my local Dunkin' Donuts this morning to get my cold brew with cold foam with butter pecan. And they know me so well. They're like, hey, it's not on the menu yet, but we got pumpkin today. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm currently dating butter pecan. But like it's pumpkin spice season. Officially, unofficially, if you're an insider. So it's that time of year. And I love this time of year because it's just all the good holidays, the great weather. And yeah, football season is fantastic. And it's so funny. Talking about the draft thing, we have Tyler is out and your brother is in. So we're still at 10 teams. We're going to monetize it this year. Rubber Shoes wants to monetize it. Are we going to do $22 a person? What do we want to do?
I'm fine with 22.
Well, my wife was on the fence. Either way.
Well,
she was definitely out.
I'll do it.
Okay.
If she doesn't want to do it, Chern will do it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Is Steph out?
Yep. She'll gladly be out.
Steph is out. Okay. So Steph's out. Chernick is in. Are you out, Rubber Shoes? Just say
really. No.
But if you want,
I'm in 3 leagues again this year, even though I hate it.
Why? Well, then why are you in 3 leagues?
What do you hate about that?
Because if my guy in this league is playing against a guy that I have,
he's emotionally conflicted. I love this.
Just pick one league, then if that's the case, let's just do one.
Too late now.
You know what I do?
Not. We haven't started anything yet. You
know what I do? I'm only in 2. I'm only in 2. I'm in the neighborhood league that I've been in for years.
My other one, so
okay, then you're in 3 again. You're gonna be fine. I'm sure there's a shirt for that. So I'm in the neighborhood league that I've been in forever, and then ours. And all I do, because our neighborhood league, the wives love this. We have our draft at the Hong and Kong at the Honkin' Bongs in beautiful downtown Chelmsford on Labor Day. So nobody gets to go anywhere with their family on Labor Day. And then I take that same team and I cut and paste and I draft the same people with you boys Wednesday night. So
as much as possible. That's what I do too.
Almost the same. Yeah, for senility's sake, and because I obviously like the players I grabbed on Monday, so if I can grab them Wednesday, I think we also agreed we will do the show at 5 and we will draft immediately at 6. I made it 7, but I'm like, we'll just make it 6 because we'll be ready to draft at that point. So, all right. So we have our 10 teams. Steph is out. Okay. And we'll do $22 a head, and we'll figure out some way to disseminate that. I think it just goes to the Super Bowl, right? Doesn't that make sense? Just goes to the end.
Yeah, to winner take all. Yeah.
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 Perfect.
That's
Yeah, that's
was easy.
interesting. Interesting. Yep. So 6 leagues? 6 leagues.
Yes.
Jesus. And they're all
Maybe
money
7.
leagues. All money leagues?
Maybe 7.
Now,
We'll see. Yeah.
do you do the same? Like do you try to get the same players in every league, or
No, I shoot from the hip. Now, I do a bunch of research. It all depends on where you end up. If it's a snake draft, if it's rotisserie, it all depends. If it's a 12-hour league, you know what I mean, where you're drafting every 12 hours, it all depends. There's a bunch of stuff that goes into
That's
it. So
crazy.
it depends. Yeah, it all depends. We'll see.
Bubba's in a dynasty league, so Aiden's in a dynasty league where you keep everybody.
Yeah.
And then they just draft one new player.
I don't like that.
And they get together. So like when he gets home from school, it was like 2 months ago now, which is crazy. They all go over to this kid Nate Ford's house, and they have media set up out front, and they all arrive in their suits, and they do the like that, and all of them walking in with their briefcases and everything, and it's everybody's in a suit and tie. All the general managers show up and they do their draft.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
picking
like
one person.
He'll have to come on and explain it, but yeah, like I'm like, okay, like I've heard of keep 'em leagues where you keep one.
I'm in 2 keepers. Yeah, I'm in 2 keepers. One you get to keep 3. Another one you get to keep. I think it's 9 or 10, something like that. So, I've never heard. I've heard of dynasty leagues. I just don't care for those because I've heard of them where you just pick up just rookies. You know what I mean? You know, and that's how it works. But it just, I don't know. It's just those ones are tough. I don't know. Those ones are tough. But
we're gonna see if we can get him on the phone. We'll see if we can get him on the phone.
While you're doing that,
yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, do you want to? So Rory skipping out on the first playoff tournament, which is wild, and it's one of those things. Is it going to become like a trend? You know, where people like if they, you know, that's,
hang on, we got him real quick. Hey, Bud,
isn't there a cut after the first week?
Hang on, Bubs, you're on the show. Say hello.
Oh, hello, audience.
Hello,
audience.
It's your grandmother. It's nobody else.
It's just us.
There's 2.
Bubs, your league with the guys from Stratford and Northwood. You guys do a dynasty league, right?
Yes, dynasty league.
And you keep everybody, and then when you get together, like I was explaining to the show, you guys all show up in your suits, all the general managers, you do all the media and all that stuff. You only draft one rookie.
No, so we actually have 3 rounds. So there's 12 teams in the league, and we do a 3-round draft. Granted, by the 3rd round, it kind of gets a little slim. But we each draft 3 rookies, and then after that, like pretty much immediately after the draft, it's undrafted rookies just get signed immediately. But it's a pretty cool concept. I'm glad to be a part of it.
So do you dump anybody? Do you have a cut?
Yeah.
So during the off season, we expand our roster sizes. I think typically it's around I forget the exact number. I want to say 20 something during the season, and I think it's like 25-30 during the off season. So that allows you to have more people, you feel more comfortable with drafting people, but then by the time the season rolls around, then that's when you have to make the, you know, like a real coach, you have to make the tough decisions who you're going to keep, who you're going to let go.
Oh boy. All right.
I let go of Will Levis. Sorry, Will, if you're
who'd you let go of? Scotty has a question, and I'll have to translate because I've got earbuds on, so go ahead.
So my question is,
no, I can hear him.
I know. No, he's talking to.
Oh, he can't hear him. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
hang on.
For cut down day, is it like, are you able to, like, if you cut players, are you able to not draft rookies? Are you able to draft people that other players have cut?
On cut down day, can you grab free agents that have been released by other teams?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
That's so. Some people
you draft them over rookies
when they do the draft, they have 3 spots remaining. So when they go to do the undrafted rookies, sometimes they'll have to drop, other vets.
And those people become available to everybody else.
Yeah, and those become immediately available to everybody else. There's not really like a waiver processing thing for us during the off season. It's just first come, first serve. Actually, I think this year how we did it was we did like a round of draft order for undrafted free agents afterwards, and it was kind of just like each person took a turn grabbing the free agent they wanted, and then after that, it wasn't like an actually timed round, but once every person had gone, then that's when the chaos ensued, basically.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because we've all heard of keeper leagues, and I said you were in a dynasty league, and Uncle Dukes was intrigued. But we thank you for checking in. Thanks, buddy.
Of course.
I'll talk to you later.
You
all right.
And having me on.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks for being a guest. There's no prize. Love you, bud.
Love you. Bye.
We have no parting gifts for our in-studio guests. Yeah, I think he's at Peas right now, shagging balls. I have no idea what he's doing. Anyway, yeah, so that's interesting. It's a different concept. I like the keeper league. I think the dynasty league is like I don't know. I think I'd get bored. I like having a different team every year, ish.
Yeah, that's the best part of the draft every year is the best part.
Yep. For sure. What else do we need to hit? Are we good? I think we've covered all of things.
No, the Rory. I was going to say the Rory McIlroy thing was interesting. Billy asked a question about like there's a cut.
Yeah.
But with the playoffs, because of his point status, I believe he kind of gets a pass to the next round of the playoff anyway.
Because I thought they reset the points but I don't know.
Like he wouldn't.
That's why I was asking.
Even if he got cut. Like if he didn't make it past Thursday or past Friday, I don't think it would matter for him. His points are what they are, and I feel like he's got enough where he'd make it to the next round. Because I thought, with the FedEx playoffs, I think it's just based upon what you have for points, and then you kind of go. And then I know that there was a question around some folks who's like, is this a potential precedent? Is this going to happen a lot where, if you have an amazing season, you're just not going to play, and you don't have to play in every FedEx playoff moment or playoff tournament. So, it's just something that we'll keep an eye on. And I know he's trying to do it for a health perspective and, making sure he's ready for like the next couple of rounds. But yeah, I don't know. I just figured I'd bring it up.
So I got to tell you, Uncle Stevie was at the company party last night. We had our summer event, and Matty Horan was there. He's my wood guy because he works at Ricci Lumber, and Stevie's my electrician. So I had my Allied Resources at the party. It was a good time, very good time. We bought out all the bays over at the pavilion, and then had food and cocktainis. It was good. And he made it, which was nice. I told him I already put it on his calendar. I put Pie Day on his calendar. He's all excited. I'm like, oh, your brother's been there. Your brother's been there. He's like, oh, I'll figure that out. I'm like, yes, you will. It'll be great. Yeah. It'll be great. All right. We're escaping. I don't know when you boys are getting together. I'm on assignment for the next couple of weeks. Next week, I'll be in Texas for work. And the week after that, we're driving Bubs, who we just heard from, back to Illinois for beautiful downtown junior year. We'll figure out a night. We'll be back next week. We thank Joe and Leslie and AAA Work Trucks for putting up with our stupidity. Rubber Shoes, you look great in your shirt. Let me see the Schmidt. Let me see the Schmidt on the back. Show me the back. Show me the Schmidt. Show me this. Oh, look at we're getting a what is it? Oh, Maggie just spawned out of a bag of trash. What just happened?
Careful.
Can't see it.
Nope.
Can't see it. You gotta squat. You gotta squat. You gotta squat. You gotta squat.
Yeah, no, we're good.
I gotta tell you, Rubber Shoes. Oh my God, what is happening? Grandpa spill his drink? What are we doing?
No, the cat took a seat.
Oh,
I bet the cat took a seat.
I gotta tell you, Kaylee saw. Yes, yeah. Kaylee saw a screenshot of last week's show, just the thumbnail, and she's like, "What is Rubber Shoes doing?" I'm like, "Oh, he was the Hulk. He was the Hulk last week." Yeah. So if you missed that,
Leslie was mad at me the next day. She's like, "Why didn't you tell me you were going to be on as the Hulk?"
We're role playing now. We're role playing. Yeah, your camera's way off now. Oh God.
Well, if you want to do that, I got lots of costumes.
Nope. No, you're coming on as Iron Man. Yeah. Yep. Easy. All right, we'll be back at it next week. We appreciate you checking out the show, watching. We would love for you to subscribe and comment and share and like and do all of the above. You can do it at atbshow.com. We'll see you soon. Thanks.